Dice Age is made possible thanks to the support of our patrons. Thank you very much, and enjoy the show.
The Empire of Maca has existed for nearly 1,000 years. Founded and ruled by Ava the Main, the immortal empress, it quickly expanded its borders thanks to the overwhelming power of its mages and the shrewd politics of its nobles. Now it has fully conquered the centre of the continent of Elmera, and although war has ended, peace still eludes its populace. As the Empire nears its first millennia, the signs of turmoil have become more frequent and apparent. Monsters are becoming more bold, nobles plot schemes of usurpation, and whispers of rebellion hang heavy in the slums. This gave rise to the adventurer. These strong individuals of all races and classes lend their might to the citizens of Maca to drive back monstrous incursions. There are even adventurers who perform deeds so noble that the people can see beyond their race to the hero that lays within. There are those who criticise these adventurers and claim they're nothing more than pawns used to advance the political machinations of nobles. Despite the immortal Empress herself making fewer and fewer appearances, there are those whose faith in the Empire remains unshaken. But the wise know that it only takes a few sparks to ignite the flames of change. Allow me to introduce you to these sparks. Welcome to Elmera.
Hello and welcome to Dice Age, a real play D&D show. My name is Jack and I'm the Dungeon Master, and with me as always are our wonderful heroes. Would you all go around and introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm AJ and I play Edgar Wood, the half-Asori blood hunter.
Hey, I'm Alice Rose and I play T, the elven sorceress.
Hey, I'm Mitchell and I play Esarreus, the human rogue.
Hi, I'm Zach, and we're playing Tauros, your tiefling paladin.
Hello, I'm Trey, and I will be playing Oberon Perseus Maximus Germaeus Cornelius Alexander Claudius II, your Drow fighter.
All right, so a lot of stuff happened in that last episode. Do we think we have a way to be able to nicely recap it?
Yeah, so you guys know Maca Public Radio. We listen to a lot,
Yeah.
couple times.
Unfortunately.
Before, right?
Yeah.
I was just futzing around with our Elmeran radio, and apparently there's a divinity channel. There's a section, like there's an AM and FM. This one just said God, so I turned it to that just to see what
Is
would
it like
happen.
a bunch of Christian rock music?
No, actually, kind of the opposite.
Oh.
And I found something that I recorded that I think might actually do a good recap.
All right. Well,
Sure, yeah.
Let's hit it.
Let's check it out.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 9407 Divinity Radio. Dottie and the Flump in the morning.
Hello, horsers and paladinguses. Welcome back to Dottie and Flump. What you gotta say to the people, Flump? Damn, that's deep, bud. We have got a bonkers show for you today. We got the rock band Bon Jovi playing their new hit song, "Unalivin' on a Prayer." But before that, we've got a special guest in studio. Back from the mortal plane is Kilsey Rentalekaroth. How you doing, Kilsey?
Oh, hi, Dottie and the Flump. Great to see you guys. Wank. The Flump, hope you are well. Wank.
Whoa, the Flump? There are divine kids listening. Anyway, KFC, tell us what's been going on, buddy boy.
Oh, I just chilling, killing angels. Wank. Watching some heroes barter with the goddess Elothin. Nothing big. Wank, wank.
Holy guacamole, Kilsey! More like killing it, am I right, fellas?
Oh, yeah, no big deal. This one mortal Oberon beseeched her to save his sister Annie from the clutches of his great-great-great-grandpa, Wank. It was wild, wank, wank.
Much like the good berries showing weeknights on Godalodian. So, what happened next, Superstar? Does he make the deal?
Not exactly. She offered two not-so-kosher options, wank. First was seal Annie's magic away forever, or make everyone forget her while she learns magic under Elothan herself. Right.
Ooh, talk about a flumpy situation, ain't that right, the flump? Flump, you're gonna get us cancelled again. Sorry, Kelsey, what else?
Oh, they also learned some juicy goss. That Elothan isn't a fan of Morrigan, and they might try to be, doing a little god war at some point. Whack, whack.
Whoa, tell me more.
Not much to say, except she may have asked Oberon to be her mortal agent in the fight. Whack.
Wow, incredible story. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, that's not all. Did I mention that Edgar, the half-Asori, talked to my boss, Baphomalia? Whack.
The Baphomalia, voted sexiest high celestial of the dead god Fomora. Save it for the late show, the flump. You're telling me immortal Asori talked to a divine being for the first time in gods know how long?
Bingo. Whack.
Holy cow. He must have learned so much about the true story of Fomora and how she was actually in love with Maka and would never actually kill her?
Yep. Oh, wild, right? I didn't know what all happened next, but I bet Oberon and his sister had a really tense and deep conversation as Oberon shared the options with her. Wank.
Well, Claire Dix and Gizzards, we'll leave that up to you. What will Annie choose? Oh, right. Forgot that the flump was all seeing. Turns out she picked the choice to lose her magic. Huh, bummer. Well, we're out of time. After this break, we'll be back with Bon Jovi.
Whoa, we're dead in there. Whoa.
Well, that was certainly an interesting radio show.
Yeah.
Guys, can we
I'm gonna have to add that to my watch list.
Can we post what the flump said on this?
I
It
mean,
might get us canceled too.
listen, that's a question for later, but right now we need to return to the world of Elmera. To the Madame Chevreuse, the wonderful inn of good repute, and where a tense but somewhat heartfelt conversation has just concluded between Oberon and his sister. Now it is pretty late at this point. How's everyone feeling?
Tired.
Pretty fucking tapped.
After
Tauros nearly died not too long ago.
Twice!
Yeah.
Twice!
Multiple
Count them
times.
twice.
Could you imagine if you guys had to fight the adventurers and
We would
Rex
die. We
at
would
the same
die.
time?
We would not have won that.
After having that talk, Oberon's just going to tell Annie to just stay in the room for just a little bit longer while he lets everybody know he's going to turn to the others and go into a separate room with the others, the anti-scry room, and just she made her decision.
All right.
She will have her magic taken away.
Good. Okay.
And I think I may have a way for us to get out of the Empire safely.
I do want to make sure you're all aware. The letter that I received. Most of it is unimportant, but the part that is very important is that someone knows what we're doing.
Shit. That means that we don't have time to rest then. We've got to get this done as soon as possible.
What's your plan, Oberon? You need to tell everything here.
You remember Kalilek? My father Kalik.
Yeah.
Kalik that my father mentioned.
Yeah.
He's been preparing us a teleportation. It'll be a bit outside of where we plan to go, but it will be a good head start. We'll have to maneuver. It won't take us directly to her, but it will take us probably close by. From there, we can head back to where we know Planin is. I'm assuming that's where you're plan on going, Edgar?
I think my plan is once Annie's safe or whatever the plan is, to contact him and find out where we're going to meet because they will not be there anymore either. We're going to have to find out where they are.
I think that she may be safest with us then while we go and do that.
Okay.
That will give us a good lead. As for right now, I need to go make sure that the teleportation is set up with my father. Make him aware that we all plan on going with Annie with us. You all need to make sure that everything is in order. Should you have anything desperate that you need done, and he's going to turn to look at T. T, like Tauros, Edgar, has the chance to say goodbye.
At least we know.
All right.
You don't, Edgar at that point is going to be like, we don't all have to go. I'm looking specifically at T at this point. Because I don't think we're coming back.
I know. I'm not leaving either of you. Any of you.
I'm going to look at Tauros. Same thing, Tauros.
I've been there's a little break with a small smile. I've been dreading going back home anyways.
I'll look at Elsa.
As far as I'm concerned, you all are my home.
All right. And then, like, right before he leaves, everyone's just going to, like, pause and just thank you all so much.
You're our friend. We do anything.
All right. As Oberon leaves to go speak with his father, does anyone have any things they want to do? Any goodbyes they want to make?
Tauros says goodbye to.
No one else is gonna go. Tauros is gonna go back.
Tauros says
All
goodbye.
right.
Tauros. I'm just picturing Tauros just going up to Elder Loomis and being like, bye, and then just walking away, not saying anything else.
All right, Tauros, you return to the Temple of Medir. I imagine a place that holds a different significance to you after current
I
events.
imagine this temple really feels a lot larger as he's walking back, and like walking to his, just seems a little more towering to him as he'll make his way in. It's pretty late right now.
It's like close to, let's see, because it was already late when you guys went to the caves, so like it's probably getting close to midnight at this point.
He will see if he can find Elda anywhere, like out about, if she's not.
Yeah, she's not on
probably
patrol right
asleep,
now, but
yeah.
you check her room and you knock, and after a minute, she opens the door. Tauros, are you okay? What's going on?
He also looks like shit right now.
No, yeah, he literally almost died twice, so he's fucked
twice.
up.
Yeah, he looks tired. He looks beat to shit. Oh, I'm going to have to go away on a pretty intense adventure with my group, and I'm doing okay now, but I wanted to come see you and just in case I don't make it back for whatever reason, you know how adventuring is.
Right. She looks at you, she says, Tauros, when are you planning to come back?
He like bites his lip as he's like trying to even like think of what to say to her. We're not sure. One of our friends has a urgent mission out there, and it's gonna be pretty dangerous, and we don't even know how long it's gonna take to get there, so I'm not sure.
Give me I'm going to call this a deception check.
I was going to say that he is definitely lying, and if not, he's hiding stuff. So
Yeah.
Omission. Lies of omission.
13.
All right.
That ain't going past Elder Loomis.
No.
Elda Loomis has a +3 to her insight.
The L in Elder Loomis stands for "Let me see through your lies."
That's an 18 on the
baby.
die, so that comes out to a 21 against your 13 deception. And she looks at you and says, Tauros, I've known you for so long. I've helped take care of you for so long. What is going on?
You see, like she sees, like he's like he is his foundation is crumbling quick, especially in front of her. But like he's like trying to kind of avert his gaze, and he just shakes his head. Just, I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore, Miss Loomis. I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know what to do.
She wraps you up in a hug. You both aren't very touchy-feely people, but
I imagine that this is one of those times when it's like just almost like a response. Like he like hugs her. There's no like stalemate like he usually does. Like it is just an immediate hug back.
mm-hmm. And she says, I don't know what you went through to cause this, but I've had my own struggles with my purpose and my identity. If this is what you need to do to take care of yourself, then you should do it. I care so much for you. I wish I could do anything to fix this for you, but if going away is what you need, then I won't stop you.
He is like his shit is gonzo at this point. Any form of wall that he's tried to like build up as he walked over here is fucking obliterated. Like he is at this point, like I imagine he's like kind of like letting out a couple sobs here and there. Just, I don't want you to think that I'm just throwing this away. That what you've done for me all my life, it meant so much for me.
She kind of like pulls away from the hug a bit, but just so that she can look you in the face, and she says, Boros, you don't owe me anything. I took care of you, and I looked out for you. I did that because I love you. You are like a son to me, and I would do that to help you as best I can. And if it hurts me to know that I can't keep protecting you now, but I know that you are strong, that you have found good allies, and you will be able to take care of yourself. I believe in you, Taurus.
There's like a lot of tears that like started to like really flow down, but like it is a mess at this point as he nods. I imagine there's like soot still on his face from when he transformed. That's just like it's a fucking mess as he nods, and I understand, and I appreciate it, Miss Loomis. Thank you. And he kind of like takes a step back for a second, and he unsheaths his flame birds that she gave him, and will hold it out. Just, I got a new sword, so I can return yours.
She takes it, and she says, this was given to you. As far as I'm concerned, this is your sword. But I will hold on to it until you're able to come back and reclaim it.
I understand. I gotta get going.
Right.
There's just not a lot of time, but thank you.
Always.
And he will give her a full salute.
Yeah.
As he will start making his way out slowly.
Yeah. She returns the salute and watches you as you leave.
As he gets to the steps before he kind of fully leaves the temple, he kind of takes a breath in and then lets it out, and the steam kind of a little slower than usual comes out of his nose as he kicks off each of his boots for his hooves, and he's gonna just walk back to where the group was gonna meet.
All right. Anyone else have any goodbyes they want to say?
You know who.
T's gonna start writing letters.
Okay.
Oh, you're not.
Oh, you're not gonna Irish.
Oh,
him.
no.
Bastard.
It's to us.
She writes a letter. Shut the fuck up. She writes a letter. She starts. The first one says, "Thank you, protect them," and is only signed with a red kiss.
Mm-hmm.
The second one says, "For all the years we couldn't have together," and it's signed. What's the way she wants to sign it? Oh, you know what? She probably knows by now. Oh, gods. Oh, gods, I take such bad notes.
Oh, God. Oh,
It's
God.
got, I don't have what it looks like, but it's got the Rockfort seal on it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And she drops that first one with the kiss, anonymously outside of Lady Ward's estate.
Okay.
And the second one, she with the Rockfort seal, she drops outside of where her parents are being kept.
Okay.
And then she goes for Cammy. And
Right.
that one's not a letter.
Okay. Yeah, you find Cammy, it's so late, the bar is closing up. So she's just helping to clean tables and, do the closing routine and stuff like that. And she sees you and says, "Hey, she immediately clocks that you're
Worried.
distressed and worried, and she says, "Hey, what's going on?"
I need your ear, if you would.
Absolutely.
She'll take her up to one of the scry rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving. The Empire.
At first she was you can see it plainly on her face. She's not one who hides her emotions well. You say, "I'm leaving." She's like, "Okay, you're going on another adventure." You say the Empire, eyes as big as dinner plates, and she just goes, where you what?"
Like I said earlier, I don't want to tell you anything specific because they'd only kill you for it.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's an earned one.
I know. Doesn't mean she's not going to try. 21.
Oh, my
21, because
Damn.
even at disadvantage, T is broken when it comes to talking to people.
Hi.
Maybe you are the bigger manipulator.
Despite you still got a 21. We're gonna honor a 21.
Mm-hmm.
Tears of red shining tears trail down Cammy's cheeks, and she looks around, grabs a chair and just smashes it against the floor. like it turns into splinters easily under her strength, and she just goes, "Damn it!
I know.
I
know.
I can't come with you. I can't do something to help you."
To come with us would be to leave everything forever. I hope that one day I can come back. In the fairy tale of my mind, I can come back when this is all done. And I can see you and Mama Shay and my parents. But this is all very wishful thinking.
She's still just tears streaming down her face, and she looks at you and she's just like, "What are you so messed up in that I can't help, that I can't be there for you?"
Cammy, we've been on a journey of discovery, and we found information that proves everything wrong. Everything. And now we are trying to save not only our own lives, but the lives of many innocents as well.
Yeah, give me another persuasion check. Still with disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
So that's
12.
a 12.
Ooh.
And she just kind of like balls up her hands into fists, and she looks so frustrated and hurt and scared and sad, and she just says, ever since I met you, all I've cared about is doing what I can to keep you safe. And the fact that I can't do that anymore, it hurts so much.
I want to bring you with me, but I could never ask that of you.
She just says, "Hey, but know this," she says, and she like walks up to you and grabs your hand and says, "If you die, I die."
Then we promise. No death. Not for either of us.
In this moment, you have a private moment, emotions are running high.
Mm-hmm.
Cammy won't initiate.
No, but T will.
You embrace her
Kiss.
and give her a kiss. It's a very bittersweet, touching, but heartbreaking moment. And we continue to have children in the voice chat, in the video
hey, look,
chat.
I am the youngest one here. It makes sense.
It wasn't me this time.
Hey, I'm the youngest one here. It makes sense. Don't blame me. Don't blame my immaturity.
I think we cut away from that, unless there's more.
There's no like fade to black whatever kind of content after that. It's just
no,
a very tearful.
No, absolutely.
It's just a very tearful parting of ways.
Right.
Audience, you're allowed to think whatever you want.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Death of the author. Come to your conclusions. What happened?
Audience, you vote in the comments.
No.
Choose your own
Who do you
adventure.
think's the boss?
No.
All right.
you answered T for either of those questions, you'd be correct.
Someone
else can go
Who's
now.
next?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
There's gonna be two.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we're going to Mom, obviously.
Of course. You knock on your mom's door, it's the middle of the fucking night, and
She is a notorious like 4 hour sleeper. So
Oh yeah. So she like opens the door, lights still on. She's got like 5 different things brewing and bubbling. Like she's had to make like a makeshift stove for one of them.
You gotta go to sleep, Mom. Come on.
Listen. I brewed up a potion that lets me, it has basically what it does is it makes it so that I don't feel tired. And
nope.
And
Mom,
then
nope.
I just have to sleep twice as long afterwards, but it's okay. I can keep taking the potion. And then
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna push the pot off the stove.
She goes, come, that wasn't even the potion. That was a different thing.
I call it Adderall.
Hey. I'm gonna go. I think we talked about this a little bit before, but a lot has happened. Someone's not safe that I gotta take care of. And I don't think we're gonna come back this time. For a while, at least. But Mom, I got to talk to people who were celestials of Elmera.
Like
I
hand
got to see the story. I got to learn so much and be told that I'm worth it, that I'm here for a reason. And despite this being really fucking shitty that I have to leave, I'm also really fucking happy right now, Mom.
She tears immediately, and she like puts a hand on your face and she says, "Of course you matter. Of course you're important. I'm so sorry that you've been struggling with that, but you're so amazing, Edgar. And of course I'm so scared about what it's going to be like for you to be leaving, but the fact that you're getting these answers, that you're finding out more about yourself and about our people, I know you'll be able to take care of yourself. And if this is helping you to realize just how special you are, I could never ask you to walk away from this."
I don't want to have to tell you this, but I think I'm finding a place that I can. If I'm gonna be honest, Mom, when I first found out about everything, there were a lot of points where I would have been okay if I died.
She kind of chokes a bit,
worried.
but like doesn't interrupt you.
I know. There were a lot of points where I just thought I'd be too much of a problem for the other people around me if I just, as an Asori, lived through it. And I was ready at a lot of points. And if people like Oberon and my other friends like T and Hessa and Taurus, all of them, if they didn't step in the way, I don't think I would have gotten to that point. You, through so much of my life, same exact thing. But after that conversation, Mom, I'm done with that. She told me, the higher celestial Baphomet, she told me that just me living can be a gift for them and for a lot of other people, and I don't know if I would have believed that if I haven't gone through everything, if I didn't learn about everything you've gone through. And I need you to know I'm done with that. And that I'm promising you right here, right now, I'm coming back to you at some point. I'm gonna have so many stories, and hopefully other Asoris to show you, to let you meet.
She smiles, she's still weeping, and she just goes in, gives you a real tight hug, and says, "You are special, and your life matters so much, and I'm so glad that you are realizing this, and I know that this is not the last time that we see each other. I love you so much, Edgar."
Love you too, Mom. I have a question before I go.
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling they probably would have reached out at some point to you. Have you heard from Kin?
Yeah, no, yeah. They asked about you and where you were. This was when you were going back to Ella Creek. I told them that you were on a mission. They seemed pretty pissed at you, honestly.
Yeah. No, yeah, I fully deserve it.
But they did tell me to tell you that, and this isn't their words, whenever you get your mopey, self-loathing ass out of your or head out of your ass, they're there to listen to you.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. If they're still here, I think I'll know where they are. Bye, Mom. I'll I'll write everything that happens down so I can share it with you when I see you next.
Absolutely. Before you go, and she like runs into like it was a living room, but it's now half her laboratory, half living room.
Mhm.
And she comes out and she gives you uh 2 potions of greater healing and a potion of heroism.
Thanks.
You are meant to do amazing things. Go out and do them.
I will. Big ol' hug
Mm-hmm.
and scamper out of there.
All right.
Edgar knows Kin really well and knows that when they wouldn't be on missions or wouldn't be busy with school, there was a nice outlook, like a little hilly area that has a really nice view. It's in one of the slummier parts of the city, but they always enjoyed being there at night
Mm-hmm.
to look at the stars and everything. And Edgar imagines that's where they would be if they are still in the city.
Yeah, yeah. You can go check. You go check, and you see Kin. They're sitting there, looking out at the stars. It's also a very good view of the massive tree sprouted in the center of the city.
Edgar has a moment where he's like, "Oh fuck, this was a bad idea. This was a bad idea."
As you're like standing there, like debating whether or not like you even made the right choice, you just hear, "So are you going to talk to me, or are you just going to puss out?"
All right. Yep. Yeah, we're here. Hey, 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 Ken. How's it going?
They're still looking straight away, like into the city, and they just say, "Well, uh, I've been doing okay, mostly. How are you, stranger?"
Fucked up. I fucked up.
Yeah, you
Really.
fucked up. You fucked up big time.
Listen. Can I sit?
Go ahead.
Not making any eye contact. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be either. A lot has happened. Okay. A lot has happened that I know full well you are the strongest person I know and you would have been able to handle all of it. I know Saul and Zuzu, maybe not as well, but I know, and I knew at that moment when I lashed out at you all what I was doing. It had nothing to do with how much I actually do care about all of you, okay? And I'm sorry, but I was a fucking idiot. And I thought that by keeping you as far away, I'd be making you safer. I learned a lot about who I am, Kin. And I want to try, and I imagine Edgar was trying this whole time to manifest from his bones a little flower. He has been attempting it the whole walk up to Kin.
Yeah.
He would try.
Give me a constitution check with advantage because of how much time you've had to try it.
Come on, baby. 21.
Ooh, buddy, yeah. Just on a flat constitution, a 21, you extend out your hand. The phalanges of your fingers kind of erupt from your skin, coil around each other, and then develop into a sort of like a little daisy. And she turns, sees that, eyes go completely wide as they look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I can see why you would keep that a secret. Counterpoint, and then they just punch you in the face.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And they say, "You don't think that I would still care about, think you were my friend after that?" They really slip up.
I know. No, yeah. No, I just listen. I still kind of do think it. I'm kind of a ticking time bomb at this point. If they find out in the Empire, right?
Well,
And I was
obviously,
hoping when they find out, if they found out we had that big fight, you, Saul, and Zuzu would all be okay because I wasn't associated with you anymore. So that's why I really hammed up the "fuck you."
Okay. Let me see your face.
Yeah.
They take a hand, put it on your face, and then punch you a second time. They're just like, do you get it? Do you get how fucking stupid you are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Right. I know. I really want to hear about everything you guys have been through, all the adventures. I'm sure you've been absolutely kicking ass. And I would really love to share everything I can with you too. But I needed to talk to you and share what I can because we're leaving. And I don't think we're coming back for a really long time if we do.
They kind of nod. Sorry, go ahead.
We're about to start some big battles, piss off some really strong people. I'm gonna say this that should show you the gravity. Oberon's leaving too.
Their eyes do go wide at that. And then they say, "Are you making enemies with?" And they kind of just look out and gesture to the city.
Yeah, possibly. No, yeah, definitely.
And then they say, "Okay, yeah, no, wow, hey, I understand you probably don't have a lot of time. You need to get moving, but here." And they hand you a sending stone. But they also hand you, "I think you should know. Obviously, I can't tell you all the things that we've gotten up to. But," and then they produce a slip of paper. On it is written a circle that it seems to have been split in half and offset. They say, we've been getting into some trouble too.
Fuck. Okay, and I believe I've seen the symbol before.
Yes, you do. You recognize this as a symbol of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh boy. Fuck. There's a story there too. All right. Why am I surprised? I shouldn't be fucking surprised. You guys are badasses.
No, obviously we're badasses. I don't know why you keep forgetting to remember that we're all badasses.
I'm sorry. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, but are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got that head squarely pulled out of that ass?
Yes.
Okay.
Before I go, there was a lot I wanted to say to you after we graduated. There was a lot I wanted to say to you before we graduated. I owe you so much. I will not be where I am at all without you. And I know damn well Zuzu and Saul would be in the exact same boat as me. And from the blood ritual to just fighting off bullies to just chilling out in the spookiest places we can. Thank you for being you. And for really inspiring me every step of the way. Fuck, Edgar's getting really red at this point.
At that, they are going to put a hand on your hand and say, are you going to kiss me or are you going to puss out?
All right. Yep. All right. Edgar's gonna go in. He's gonna doesn't know at all what he's doing, and in that moment, as the kiss just starts, he feels a little bit of a warmth from the Asori side, which is nice. But then the Sylvan side's like, "No, fucking kiss her," and he just like feels it like pushing him deeper in.
And the kiss breaks and they just say, so, let me know when you all get some kind of safety.
Oh well. I'll see you again, kid.
You know you will. All right. Now, I know he doesn't have any relatives in the city. Does Essa have anyone that he wants to say goodbye to?
Yep. So while Essa's in his room, I imagine kind of gathering, like maybe probably like last minute packing whatever shit they all have to like Essa, they as in the group.
Yeah.
Essa kind of sitting on his bed in his room, just kind of what the fuck did you guys send? God damn it. Essa like reaches into his pocket and pulls out the medium's channel. He just kind of holds it for a second. And while not trying to summon anyone, he's going to open himself up to the spirits as much as he can push it.
Okay.
To the point where he will it actually would hurt him.
Yeah, so you begin to open your consciousness, seeking out that sort of extrasensory ability that you have. You stretch it as far as it can go, trying to just cast a wide as possible net. Is there anyone in specific that Essa is hoping to communicate with in doing this?
Yes, and I don't think Essa's trying to see her, but he's trying to make sure she can hear him.
Yeah.
I don't think Essa. He's calling out to his mom, and I don't think he can take seeing her right now. But I think he can. He's got a message he wants to deliver.
Yeah, give me a religion check with advantage because you're using your medium's channel.
Religion, natural 20.
That's a nat 20 for a total of 24. Yeah,
There was.
You successfully you're searching, You know, she died far away from the city. She was never in Avon. She barely managed to get into the Empire. But after what feels like hours, but was only minutes, as you are stretching your powers to their limit, you finally feel a familiar connection. And you're able to hone in and focus in on it to the point where you know your mother will be able to hear whatever you have to say.
And the first words are just, "Hey, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I failed you in so many ways. You always raised me to be the voice of the voiceless, to speak for those who couldn't talk anymore, to do my best to help people. And I lost that side of me somewhere. I tried. I really tried to help. I did whatever I could to make things easier for everyone, and just every step of the way, it felt like I was hurting people, innocent people, and just I was making things worse. And for so long, I've just been lost. I I was I was chained and leashed to so many people for so long. People who just wanted to use me as a tool for their own gain. And he's kind of trying to get breath in. I didn't know what I was, who I was. I was scared of these powers that drove us from our home, that made the people in our city in our village hate you, hate me, and our family, and use our name as a curse. I hated them. I didn't want them. I just wanted to shut all of it out. I felt like a freak. But then I found people like me, freaks in their own right, and and they cared. They cared about me. They didn't see my powers as something to be afraid of, as a sign that I was a monster. They still treated me like a person, and they still care for me. And I think they've given me hope that I can fix this. I can get back on that path to do the right thing again. I I can't see you right now, and I know you can't see me, but I'm hoping you can hear me. I hope you know that your teachings and everything you did for me will not go to waste anymore. I'm not gonna be a fuck up anymore. Repose.
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Requiesce in pace, mother.
Yeah. So you say this, you say all this. For a moment, you don't feel any response. And then you can't say anything, but you feel normally when you are interacting with a spirit, especially when they are trying to physically touch you, it's a bone chilling sensation. What you feel now, warmth of arms wrapping around you, and a soft, gentle whisper of, "You make me so proud, dear boy." As the arms, you feel them release you, and the connection ends.
Essa just fucking starts crying.
All right. Well, it is
A lot of
the.
fucking crying in City tonight. Goddamn.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's cry times in Avon.
Well-
Didn't know it was calling for rain in Avon.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
Terrible day
pitch
for rain.
o'clock.
I was gonna make the same fucking reference, Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
For rain.
Okay. So it's the next day. And Oberon has returned. Oberon, you did manage to secure that teleportation. And I imagine you all are going to head down into the caves so that you can make that deal with Elothan.
Yes.
Did we probably got short rests, but we did not get a
We
long
didn't
rest.
take
to
a long
clarify.
rest. We didn't
Yeah.
take a long
No.
rest. So it's
Yeah.
maybe like a few hours, like 2 hours maybe.
Mhm.
Okay.
Gonna pump the rest of my hit
Yeah,
dice.
I'm gonna roll some hit dice real quick.
Yeah.
I've only got 1 hit dice, but I'm only down 4 hit points.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I
at
used all my
4
hit
hit
dice
points
in
with my
the
spells.
from the last fight.
Do you have any lay on hands left?
No. I don't.
Well, someone just got 2 new potions.
No, that's not true. That's not wrong. That's not true. I have 5. I'm not hurting too bad. I'll use the last of my.
All right. So you all managed to make your ways back to the caves. Get to the point of coalescence, and Oberon, you once again beseech Elothan.
My lady, we have returned.
Elothan reforms, sees you. Your sister looks up at her wide-eyed. This is the craziest thing she's ever seen in her life. She immediately, similar to you, bows deeply when you first met Elothan, and does not deign to look up at her. Very well. And have you made your choice?
He's just gonna. She has.
Yeah. So, Annie looks up and says, "My great lady Elothan, I have decided to." She voice kind of trembles a bit, as she is saying that, realizing what she is fully committing to, and a little hand reaches out for her brother. And she says, "I would like you to please take away my magic." And Elothan makes a face like she's a bit disappointed, but she says, "Very well, my child."
Right before that happens, I'm sorry. One moment, my lady. I'm just going to get down on my knees and rub Annie. Just look at her. You are so brave. You are so strong for doing this.
Any little pinpricks of tears are forming in her eyes, but she's doing her best to not let them fall. And then she just nods to you and says, "Mm-hmm. Thank you." Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. He just nods and then just bends down, gives her a quick kiss on top of the head, and just, I love you.
And that Elothan places a hand on Annie's head. You all feel a surge of divine energy just permeate throughout the place. And you see, as Elothan's hand comes up from Annie's head, trails of magic seem to be flowing with it before she pulls up her hand in front of you all, and in her palm, like a sphere of magical energy, like pure raw magical talent, is within her hand. And she says, "My child, you can no longer have access to any magic. I am sorry for you, but I understand that this will keep you safe." go with my blessing. And she returns to the world of the gods.
How's Annie looking?
Yeah.
Distraught. Like as when Elothan leaves, she just lets the tears flow, but she like kind of steels herself and says, "Okay, we need to go now, right?"
Jack, is it like a scroll of teleportation, or is it like a like do we need to go back to the Claudius estate to get in like the circle?
You will need to go to the Claudius. It is a scroll, but
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
amplified by a
I
circle
got you.
at the estate.
I got you. I got you.
All
Yes,
right.
we need to make our way to the estate. And I'm going to make sure like Annie has a cloak over her. She's on the back of Wound, like she isn't easily recognizable.
Right. Yeah. You all head back to the Claudius estate. There, you see, Lord, Regulus Claudius the 30th. And he, looks at you all and says, "You all are doing a great service for me and my family. I can't begin to thank you enough," says, looking at each of you, and his gaze lingers on you, Edgar. "I understand that I have done things that I represent things that make you all distrust me. And certainly the events that have recently happened I can't imagine, place much faith for you in the name Claudius. But know that I will never forget what you all have done for me today."
Of course, Father.
All right. You all, sorry, go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought you were about to. My bad. You all begin to walk into the circle.
I'm gonna take a moment and just, when everyone steps a bit away from him, from Regulus, I'm gonna lean over and whisper to him, "I take care of my family. I'm gonna keep doing that out there. All I ask is you take care of mine."
He whispers back, "Of course."
Right before Oberon steps in the circle, he just I completely forgot. And he's going to go out, and he's going to head to his room really quick, and he's going to grab a a letter that's in his room. He's gonna come back in and hand it to his father. And just nod.
He'll nod as well.
And just pull him into a big hug.
Yeah, gives you that hug back. Sorry, just a second. And as you all step into the circle, AJ, I need an insight check from Edgar right now.
Oh no.
I rolled it to you.
You rolled it
was
to me.
A 3.
A 3. All right. And you all shift, feel the lurching sensation inside you as you all teleport away, and find yourselves suddenly outside of a massive forest that you know to be the Linnaean forest. As you get there, it has been quite a while since Oberon has rejoined you. And as you look at him, a flicker, a shimmer, a drop. It is not Oberon standing before you. It's Castor Pollux.
Son of a bitch.
And as we go back in time to when Oberon went to meet with his father.
You son of a bitch.
Oberon wasn't real the whole time? What?
This whole time.
Oberon,
This whole time.
what happens at that night, that a few hours, mere hours ago, when you went to go speak to your father?
In character, you want?
Yeah, let's do it in character.
Okay. As he gets there, he sees his father and Castor there. He shows up looking probably a little haggard because he hasn't taken his rest yet. Father. I'm sorry. I lied to you.
What about, is Annie okay?
She is fine. We went to the temple.
What did you discover?
There is a way. Alothan can take her magic.
Okay.
But you know as well as I do that will not be the end.
He kind of sets his jaw and nods and says, your grandfather is not one to give up his prizes easily.
No. That's why he has to be put in a position where he can't afford to.
What are you suggesting, Oberon?
We will use the teleportation we have prepared to send the others the location. And his eyes are going to flicker to Castor. And you'll take my place with them.
But where will you go?
Oberon just squares shoulders. Me and my grandfather need to have a discussion.
And sorry, go ahead.
He needs to be put into a position where he cannot afford to follow. And I intend to make that decision for him.
How will you do this?
With the news that we recently discovered, we can shape what we have discovered into a event that Regulus Claudius I attempted to have his own granddaughter kidnapped, manipulated, stolen back, all in a bid to overthrow the immortal empress. He also unjustly tried to start a terrible crusade under false pretenses. An attempt of genocide on a scale unjustly seen.
Your father thinks about this and says, that may actually work. And I won't ask you to roll a persuasion check, because you already rolled a persuasion check while we were out of game, and you got a
25.
A good old 25 on that persuasion.
Natural 20.
And he says, yeah, I think, but Oberon, if you deliver that threat to him, he may just kill you outright.
He may. But he'll be safe. At least for long enough for them to build their strength or find somebody else.
When, how will I know to deliver on this threat?
Oberon's just going to smile at him. You don't hear back from me within 2 hours after teleportation is done.
Very well, and see.
And Oberon at this point, like, he's been putting on a strong face, but as he like finally like looks up and looks his father in the eyes, you just see like tears that are just in his face. Father, this needs to be done, but I don't want to leave them.
He, in a move very much uncharacteristic for your father, gets up from his desk and sweeps you up in a hug and just says, "Understand, my son. You are far, far braver than any man I've ever known."
Oberon's gonna hug him back and just give like a deep breath. I promise, Father. No matter what, I promised. And he will be safe come tomorrow, one way or another.
And then we skip ahead to shortly after the teleportation has occurred, and Oberon, you are standing in the office of Regulus Claudius the First. He looks at you, squinting. He's kind of hunched over his desk, and he says, "I'm not usually one for late night visits, boy. What is it that you have to say to me? Have you failed in your quest to save your sister? Are you asking for more time?"
Oberon takes a deep breath. No. In fact, I say that I've succeeded monumentally.
Confusion on his face. "What do you mean, boy?"
Oberon, like, hand is like slowly shaking before he quickly just tightens it into a fist, and like that same rage that like bubbled in within him almost just gives him the strength to push forward. I know. I know that it wasn't the rebellion. I know that it wasn't that this and he like waves his arm. This is all a some type of ploy. They talked. Really need to choose your help a little bit better.
He like kind of tilts his head, jaw is set, and he says, "So a group of rabble, miscreants, kidnappers tell you that I had something to do with this, and you're just going to believe them over me?"
Quite frankly, at this point, I believe the dirt on my shoe over you.
There's like you feel a sizzling pop of magical energy surge through the room. "Be careful what you say, boy." "I'm not as forgiving as I once was."
That same kind of twitch goes through him. Like he just tightens his jaw. Fine then. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. If I'm so far beneath you, surely you can tell the truth just fine. Did you have anything to do with it?
And he just kind of leans over his desk, puts his elbows on it, and just says, "Sure. I kidnapped your dear sister. And you saved her. Congratulations. You got what you wanted. Now are we done here?"
No. We found the temple.
At that, you actually see him falter a bit. You've got him on the back foot.
We know about everything. We know about the adventures. We know about Radimus. Your twisted experiments. He's even gonna lean forward a little bit. We know. I know. You also know who else knows? Alathan.
At that, without even making a movement, the chair next to you just bursts into flames. As you feel that surge of magical energies, it's almost like it's flailing around at this point. And he just says, "Wonderful. Now, if you could prove any of that, I might be a little more hesitant."
The immortal Empress. It's curious where she got that power from, right?
He is seething right now. There's no need for you to have to even try to read the pure hatred and anger radiating from him. What are you saying, boy?
I'm saying Annie's magic has been stripped from her.
The chair that's still on fire now just shatters into a million pieces. Like a loud boom, nearly deafens you, nearly even knocks you off your feet. And then he just screams "Do you even realize the plans that you have deterred in doing that?"
No. And quite frankly, I don't care. You will stop this. She is gone. Her power's gone. Her gone. This ends.
Why wouldn't I just kill you now and take her anyways?
Because the second you do that, all of Elmera learns about this dirty laundry.
Oh, is one of your cute little adventurer friends going to spread the news?
No, just high-ranking noble that you may be familiar with. And
Sorry, go ahead.
he just leans forward. Trying not to back down. It doesn't say anything, but just after that, just leans forward, not backing down.
And he looks at you and says, "I control every noble in this empire. None of them would stand up against me."
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, grandfather.
Yeah, at this point, you feel like a hold person spell begin to take effect on you. Give me a wisdom save real quick.
Cool. Do.
Yeah, that doesn't beat
14.
it. 14 does not beat his DC. You are paralyzed, and he like lunges at you like he's going to rip you apart with his bare hands, and then ends the concentration on the spell, and then says, "What are your terms?"
You stop this. Annie is as good as a distant memory to you. She is gone. You don't know the name. You don't know her. You don't try to pursue her. You don't look into her. That also goes for everybody else that was a part of this. My former adventuring group, their families, none of them get touched.
And I will not make you roll an intimidation check, because you did already roll that out of game. And you got a 21 on your intimidation, despite only having a +2 to your intimidation rolls.
God damn.
And he snarls, he curses, he begins like throwing shit around in the room, like, and like almost like having a full-on tantrum. And then finally whips around to you, points a finger in your face, and says, "You are nothing. Everything that you have, every accomplishment you've gained, every decision that you've made does not belong to you. As long as you have that name, you are mine. Everything that you've earned is because of my deeds, my abilities, my work. Fine. I'll agree to this for now. But in the meantime, you are no longer a Claudius. Now get the fuck out of my office."
Oberon just gives a nod. And he just leaves without saying another word.
All right. And I think that's where we end it for this episode of Dice Age.
God damn.